Oh, there's one.
Got him. How's he feel?
Oh, he feels pretty decent. It's all right. I'm gonna spot lock down now.
All right.
What I like to do is when you're drifting like that and you hook one, there's usually more, so I'll spot lock down, then we'll fish it for a while.
Let me know when you get close.
Yeah, he's not a giant little guy.
That's a little guy where we're at today.
Oh, he's bigger than I thought. He's about 3 3/4 pounds.
Nice start.
Well, pretty quick.
That's a small one.
Yeah, that's a little guy. He's about 3 3/4, maybe 4 pounds.
Beautiful fish. That'd be the best fish of the day. Oh, I got one here too.
Hooked up.
That'd be the best fish of the day in a lot of places. Tell you what, I've wanted to do this for a long time. We're in Door County, and we're the gentleman that's probably touched and handled more smallmouths over 5 pounds. I know you're gonna probably blush when I say this, but we're in an incredible place with just an incredible angler. And so, tell you what, I don't have a lot of things left on my bucket list with fishing, but I think this is one of them.
I'm gonna let this one go quick and we'll grab yours, okay? There he goes. And I got a hook in the net, so we'll hand land. Oh, that's a nice one too.
Oh, isn't that something? This is one of my favorite fish right here.
I'm gonna net him for you. I got a bait still in the net. Oh, grab him for you.
All right, thank you, sir.
There you go.
Now we better take a commercial break, huh? Yeah, love it. Look at that. That is just a great fish. And on jerkbaits, a fun fish with a fun presentation. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, we'll get her in the water. Look at that. That is just a handful. Look at that. That is a great fish. All right, now we got our mess here, but this ain't gonna be too bad. So when we've been out on Green Bay in the past, you know, we've always done walleye episodes, and I've always wanted to come out here and specifically target smallmouth bass. You know, we've caught smallmouths incidentally when we were walleye fishing, but when you look at Green Bay and you look at Door County and all these little bays, you know, off this peninsula here, there's just so much great smallmouth bass water. It's really some of the best smallmouth bass fishing you're going to find anywhere. I've always wanted to come out here and, you know, and just make a trip and specifically target these bass because it is just tremendous. I mean, the fish, the quality of fish that you see out here, I mean, you just don't see this anywhere else except for maybe possibly Lake Erie, but it is truly some of the best smallmouth bass fish you're going to find anywhere in the country. There he is. Oh, right on the stop.
Oh, this is a good one too.
You got one too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing more fun than a good jerkbait bite.
Nothing more fun than a double.
A lot of people stay home on the north winds. Not me, I love to get out and jerkbait on these big north winds.
Well, mine's coming over to play by you. Okay, I'm just gonna lift mine in. I think yours is a lot bigger. Oh, come here.
Yeah, this is a good one, I think, here. Yeah, this is a big fish, I think.
All right, I'm gonna get the net.
Hard to tell
here.
sometimes with a jerkbait because they get them baits sideways on their face and they can pull really hard.
Here, I'll net it here for you. There. Oh yeah, that's a big. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh. Oh my goodness. I can hardly stop casting long enough to talk. You're on your own.
Oh, this one's got some really dark colored lips. That's pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah.
Look at the lips on that fish. I'll get her back in the water. So one thing to think about when you're fishing, especially bass fishing in clear water, is watch your approaches. When you go to set up, come from the deep side and roll around, even if it takes you a little bit of extra time, and don't drive over the fish. And even if you're going to make a second pass now on the spot, drive out and around and come back down and set back up. You can go in a little bit shallower, that way you're hitting fresher fish. A lot of times I don't like to drift over the exact same line because they have already seen the baits. Most of them have already eaten it or tried to eat it.
Yeah, or they bumped off the boat.
Yeah, and if you are going to do it, if you're going to run your same line, change baits. Go to, instead of a jerkbait, go to a plastic tube or a swim bait or something like that.
Yeah, you know, that's pretty solid advice, I think, for smallmouths anywhere they swim. Oh, wow. That would have lost my rod. I'm gonna pull it out of my hand. I hardly budged it. I just love their attitude.
I'll tell you what, I just started using these clam nets this year. I really like them a lot. I love how strong they are. You don't have to worry about the handle. Ooh, that's a nice fish. That, and I like the flat bag on the bottom.
Yep.
So when your fish lays in there, it doesn't curl, it lays flat.
Yep.
Pretty user-friendly net.
Yeah, best net I've ever had. Ooh, he just barely hooked.
Yeah, he's right on the edge of the lip.
I can't tell you how much I love this. Clear water, you can see them. Big smallmouths. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Gorgeous foot bowls. Show you the lure that we're using. This is a bait that we've done a lot of walleye fishing with, a lot of smallmouth fishing with in the past. Phenomenal jerk bait. It's called a Salmo Rattlin Sting. You just see that, just a classic suspending minnow bait. It's got a weight transfer system, so you can really bomb cast this. What I like about this bait is it really slashes and puts off really nice vibration, but when you stop it, it just hangs perfectly horizontal. It doesn't sink, it doesn't tilt. And I think that's the trigger, is if you can stop that bait and it just hangs and does nothing, and then they just violent strikes. And so really effective, fun bait to fish. Phenomenal smallmouth bass lure. We use it a lot for walleye fishing, but definitely a bait to check out if you love to jerkbait fish. Salmo Rattlin Sting is a bait to definitely have in your tackle box.
In the spring, once that water temperature hits in that 40 to 45 degree range, those fish will migrate quickly into the shallower bays, wherever they can find warm water. So if you have creeks flowing into a bay, that's gonna stimulate that bay with warm water, and that will suck those smallmouth in a little bit quicker. That's kind of an area that we were targeting today. It has a creek that flows in a small river, and you got a warm water source that funnels into a very cold water area, and that'll pull every fish in that area into that warmer water.
You know, so it's the end of April here right now, and obviously, you know, oh, look at that. Oh! But obviously these open water smallmouth opportunities, you know, they're just starting to get going. I guess you call this early season.
I'll tell you what's cool is 2 years ago, you could not fish here in April. They changed the rules for smallmouth fishing to where you can fish them catch and release. So right now, nobody can keep any fish, but you can catch and release, which is cool that we can fish them all year long now.
I would assume that most people that come out and experience this, it's pretty much catch and release. People are out here to enjoy the fun.
Yeah,
and the
you know, I know a lot of guides on Green Bay, and we all strictly do catch and release. You don't see many people keeping smallmouth anymore. Oh, that's a big one.
That's a big smallmouth, buddy. Yeah. I guess for what you call an inland boy, that's a big bass.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow. We don't see many fish like that. That is great. Oh my, look at that. You know what, that water still feels cold on the hands. It's amazing how hard they fight as cold as this water is. Look at
Yeah, that's the biggest
nice
one.
bass, isn't it? That is, oh, wow. That is something. I'm going to measure this fish here. I'm just curious to see what it is.
That one's 20.
Yeah, you
Guess
think that's a 20-incher? But just look at the build and the girth. That's just a thick fish. 19 3/4. Pretty close to 20 inches. That is something. These are tall fish too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's a lot of places I fish where you fish all summer for a fish like that. All right, let's get her in the water. Thank you. That is fun. Probably the biggest takeaway that I've seen from fishing out here is to really use your temperature gauge. That temperature gauge is probably the most important thing that you have on your electronics. Of all the stuff that we have, you know, your GPS as far as, you know, identifying and seeing the points in the reefs, obviously that's important, but as far as finding fish, that temperature gauge is going to probably find you more fish than anything. You know, you're not going to mark them on your sonar. You're not going to see them so well on side imaging. That's not to say that you can use side imaging to find the rocks and the transitions and the edges if you don't know the location very well. But if you have to drive up on the spot to learn it, you're going to bump those fish off the spot. And so that's probably the biggest takeaway that I've seen from fishing up here.
There he is.
Got him? All right. I'll grab the net, but until I do, I'm going to try to catch one myself here. Oh yeah, look at that. All right.
I'm gonna spot lock us down here.
Yeah, they're too big to lift. There's too many treble hooks to lip, so there you go.
Thank you.
That's a healthy one.
Another good chunker. The catch and release is super important, but you got to remember some of these 5 and 6 pound smallmouth, those fish are cold water fish up here, and they're 22 to 25 years old. I've got a lot of respect for a fish that's that old. The more people that can get on board with catch and release, especially up here in a trophy smallmouth fishery, the better it's going to be for everybody. The smallmouth brings in a huge amount of tourism dollars to the area, and I think it's very critical to keep this smallmouth fishery up here as good as we possibly can.
Yeah, that's the nice one here.
I'll extend the handle up for this one maybe.
Oh, look at that.
That is a good one.
Thank you, sir. Oh, great fish. Look at the belly, the build on this fish. That fish is a linebacker. Shore off here. Oh, look at that. Oh my. Just look how thick just the build on them.
Just missed one.
Did you? All right, I'll get her in the water here. You know, there's a tremendous number of bass anglers in this particular part of the world. I mean, this is a area where, you know, it just makes you look good. If there is one person that's really paid his dues out here and just done a tremendous amount of fishing and really, you know, earned a reputation over the years just being a real astute, knowledgeable angler and just a phenomenal guide, you know, Brett Alexander's been, you know, just pounding this water to a froth for many years and just a great guy. And so we've done some stuff in the past and just always enjoyed spending time with him. And so to come out here and, you know, in his backyard and, you know, target these fish is just just a dream come true. I mean, this is something that, you know, people from across the country, from across the Midwest and beyond, you know, this is just a bucket list dream destination for so many people that love to target smallmouth bass. This is as good as it gets.
I'll tell you what, one thing I like to do is how I break down and work these bodies of water. I will find the edge of like the sand and the rock transitions, and I'll slowly creep down. So I'll use my bow mount and spot lock, and I'll fish it for a little while, you know, catch what you got in that casting distance, and then I'll move the boat maybe 20 or 30 yards, spot lock again, and just slowly work these areas down with these jerk baits. Then you can come back if you want again and switch over to plastics and catch the fish that aren't aggressive. So right now we're searching for aggressive fish that are feeding hard with the jerk bait, and we're working it pretty slow.
Oh my, that was a strike. Oh my. I feel like I hit a brick wall. Oh.
Ooh.
Don't do
That
that.
one's got a little weight.
What a fighter. Oh my, look at that one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Oh, wow. Wow. You know, this is the deal, Brett, where after we film the show, we're just going to keep fishing.
No, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to take you walleye fishing.
I don't think I could ever get enough of this. This is a football. Look at this. Oh, wow. That is just, and look how clean they are. I mean, just not a mark on them. Jaws are just perfect. Yeah, that is just, look at that.
One thing, Jason, I get a lot of people in my boat, and jerkbait fishing, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. But one thing I can tell you is when the water temperatures are this cold, you want to make sure that you get a good pause in there, because these fish are lazy. They're going to follow that bait as it's moving through the water, but they're going to take the opportunity to eat it on the pause every time. And sometimes they're so fussy that you have to do as much as a 3 to 5 second pause, where you just jerk, and you sit there and you wait for 5 seconds and you count in your head. Other days like today, they're pretty aggressive today, so we're doing a short pause today. So I like to do a snap, and then a short pause for like a second seems to be working the best. But each time you're on the water, you want to feel the fish out. Try mixing up your speeds and see what the fish want, because every day is going to be different, especially when you're jerk baiting.
44.6 right through here. You know, I've seen it too where, you know, early in the year where they want that pop stop, where they just want that long hang, and then you catch a fish, then you get excited, then you start to reel faster.
Yeah.
Then you have to get back down into your rhythm, and definitely, you can definitely reel too fast early in the year at times.
There he is.
Got him?
Yep. Feels like she's got some weight to her too.
All right, I'll be ready with the net here when you're ready. Yeah, you don't really, oh, I got it. Ooh, I got hit here.
Nice.
You don't really tell them what to do. Yeah, you got a nice fish. Try to give you a hand here. That's a really nice one. This is a true double. That's a great fish. Look at that. Oh, that is a, look at that.
I'll get yours now.
All right. Have two of them in the basket at the same time. Well, I think yours is bigger than mine. Oh, I can't hardly wear her out.
There she goes.
There she's coming in. Oh. That's a full basket.
Right? Need a bigger landing net.
Yeah. All right. Oh, good stuff. All right. This is a small one. which is a great fish. Let's see the big one. What a day, huh?
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun.
Place of smallmouth dreams are made out here. Door County, Wisconsin. Unbelievable. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, anytime.
We'll be back.